In today's video, I will be sharing with you some journal prompts that will help you reflect on your year of reading. Things like Goodreads and Storygraph are helpful for tracking the amount of books you've read and the types of books you've read, but I wanted to offer a more reflective and personal method of looking back on your year of reading. The first question is, of the characters you've met, which one did you relate to the most and why? Sometimes a character acts as a mirror and we feel drawn to it because of how closely it resembles our own self. It is worth noting that oftentimes our perspective is skewed and can lead to false beliefs, and this general rule applies even to the ways in which we perceive our own being. This question can ultimately aid us in gauging what we perceive as being our place in the world. What were the themes that you felt particularly drawn to this year? Were they those related to love, identity, and self-discovery, good versus evil, grief? Depending on different points in our lives, different subjects take precedence over others. Was there a topic of discussion that you simply wanted more and more of? List 3 quotations that you loved and elaborate on why they stood out to you. This doesn't have to be anything profound. It could be a piece of dialogue you liked or a sequence of words you thought was constructed beautifully. When I was in middle school, every morning my homeroom teacher would pick a quote and write it in the board, and we had to spend a few minutes before class elaborating on our thoughts regarding the quote. I loved that exercise, and so I picked a quote related to reading that I felt would be worth revisiting yearly. We need books that affect us like a disaster, that grieve us deeply, like the death of someone we loved more than ourselves, like being banished into forests far from everyone, like a suicide. A book must be the axe for the frozen sea within us. That is my belief. What are your thoughts on this quote? Do you strongly agree or disagree? We all read for different reasons, and none of them are right or wrong, and that's a beautiful thing in and of itself. The last 2 questions are, was there a book you regretted reading this year? And was there a book you regret not finishing? Some people are of the opinion that any book that you read, regardless of whether or not the contents are good, is a book worth reading. Do you share that belief?